All right. I'm doing more of those blue screen gags. I guess it's continuing on, so I'm just having some fun with it. So that's the president. Since like stock exchange, it's all blue screens. Not that that's going to happen, but just yeah, the outage is still affecting a lot of things. Still, of course. Here's Priscilla. If anybody's wondering, there's her tail. She doesn't destroy everything back there. Probably. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. It's my producer. Just making sure everything goes well here. All right. I'm on X. I guess that's fine. Growing after 10 years. I've been on that thing for how long? It hasn't gone anywhere. It's been sitting dormant for years. Now it's going somewhere. Yeah. So deep state slash CIA. I'm not gonna put this. They used to do connections on that in the past. I'm not gonna put that tile in there because of reasons. Of course, they can read what I say and whatever, but I'm not going to go too far with it. But yeah, this is like a black ops situation that's going on currently politically. Not to go into the political stuff too much. Is Biden gone? Is he going to die off? I don't know. He's kind of been dead for the past 3 4 years. So yeah, it's been not a whole lot there anyway. So yeah, as soon as yes, was that's like for anybody. As soon as they lose any type of nothing's holding them here, they're going to just die out. You have no purpose here. Of course, he hasn't had a purpose for quite some time. He hasn't had a purpose his whole career. Not to say that's ever really been him for the past 40, 50 years, how long he's been in. So, slash clone. Of course, getting proof on that, that's where you get to like, you can speculate on it all you want, but it's only, you obviously can get evidence and all that. That's really where this all, inner workings of everything is. So, you can just speculate. That's about it. You can't really prove anything. Just follow your intuition. Just go with it on that. Where am I going with all this? Universe. So the universe. I talked about this before. So I see the spirit realm. Of course, there's astral, but there's also, I mean, astral is more fourth dimension. It's like our inner workings from the third dimension. We see things more clearly there. But I also look at spirit differently. Like spirit is like a realm where it's like extremely neutral. Now it can have dark there and light, but it's like so neutral. It's like that's where creation is. You can say at least that's what I was explaining it here. But yeah, they could still have its ups and downs, but it still could be a place of complete peace. Like when you cross over, you can go into spirit. We're gonna have to do all of this nonsense. But then to say the universe doesn't have its own, like there are places where you can have a moment of peace. It doesn't mean become arrogant or ignorant or anything like that. You just see everything, and that's where it's hard because you see everything. You see it all, and in here we just see, we see what we see. We don't see anything or whatever. You see too much, even here in the physical to some level, especially if you're in law enforcement. Uh, and but also the universe. The universe is probably like our, I don't know if you want to call it a program, but the universe is part of this consciousness. This is a fragment of it, and you don't have to believe where you want to believe. You don't have to believe there's planets out there. It's not like it matters if there's planets out there. It's not like, but there is the idea of planets and the idea that we are on a sphere or a flat Earth, or it doesn't really matter, does it? Everyone's connected to different realities, so you can believe whatever you want. Who cares? But the universe has issues. That's why we exist. We're a reflection of the universe. It's not just us. We're not just like this planet. Just we don't know what we're doing. The universe doesn't know what they're doing either. I'll take the next step. Spirit doesn't know anything either. I think they're getting more credit than they deserve. That's why would this place exist the way it is? So even spirit has its limits. Just because you're in spirit and you can see everything doesn't mean you know what the hell you're doing. And obviously they can't communicate with us that well because depending, because there's a veil. We're in the physical, they're in the non-physical, so it's hard to communicate with that. So they're trying to talk to us, and we can't always listen. And then sometimes we don't agree with them, and sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, sometimes they're wrong. It's kind of difficult. It's difficult on their end because they're trying to talk to us and they can't get to us. It's just the Wild West here. That's been going on forever. So yeah, it's not. That's just the guide energy that's around us, and that's why I seem like they're not communicating. And usually, I think they are. You just might not be able to hear it. Maybe you shut it off. I wonder why. Yeah, because you get so tired of it. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna close that door. It's understood why. Yeah, you can get that bad. They're still gonna communicate with you. They're gonna still do what they can. You just don't have to hear them. So there's that. I don't feel like you're. Some people are just. Of course, some people are just nuts anyway. So just you know, you can't win with them no matter what. There's always gonna be that here, but even guys can be the same way. So it's just a warning from us. They're warning to be. We're here. Trying to drive the machine or whatever we call this. And this world can run out of steam or just run be hopeless. Not completely hopeless, but it can be you're not working with much. It does seem that way, at least in my. It doesn't seem like we're really it's really not they try to help you, but what they send you isn't all what's cracked out to be because this place only has so much to offer and it's kind of falling apart as it is. I'm being cryptic with that, but either way, it's if you feel like your life's not going to, maybe just that this is just the way the white world is. It's like that's all it has to offer, and it's lukewarm. It's just kind of sad. So, so like when you leave this world, do you have to leave the universe? It depends. I mean, you can. There's better places for sure. I mean, this isn't where it's all at. They act like it is, but it's not. Yeah, I thought this world's like this is where it all is. It's not. It's just acts. It just if you have a mission here, it's good to you wonder like it's good to complete your mission here, whatever it is. That because then yeah, because then when you leave this world, you feel completed. If you I mean, that's not gonna be perfect, but if you leave too soon, that's where you get kind of screwed up. But always that's why you just have to just deal with it. It's like you're on a roller coaster ride you can't get off until it's over kind of thing. It's kind of like that. So you try to make improvements. It's good to keep doing that. It's good to criticize the guides or fire them. You can fire them to death. I fired mine to death. It doesn't do any good. They don't have anything over there apparently. Yeah, it's after a while it's like we don't have anything in our war chest. It's yeah, it's pretty lukewarm over here. So it's pretty bad. Even the universe is the same way. So their warning for most karmic core is also just as foolish at the same time. It's like here. It's very similar. And just at a higher level. It's just kind of yeah. I don't want to give you like to give up or anything. Just realize you're dealing with something that's not that you know concrete as you like it to be. Just the way it is. And of course, we're going through karma and stuff like that also. So there's that factor. We don't always see the full picture, um, but still, it doesn't mean they don't have their faults. Yeah, they're giving way too much credit. Spirit realms get too much. Guys get too much credit, and so on. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about the solar flare. Get your superpowers and solar flare shows up this year. It's just and yeah, hucksters every year. Just well, it just never ends, does it? So well, I guess if there's a crowd that's going to accept that, sure. If there's going to be They're going to say that, even if nothing comes of it. So the world of delusion. That's and the universe is delusional. Also, spirit realm. I would think of it. You can still have your delusions there too. So you can have it anywhere. So yeah, just yeah, like I said, the aliens have it all figured out. I was like, I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's good sides and bad sides and everything. So anyway, it's just gotta work with what you got. There's not much, so it's just the way it is. Yeah, why we're here, sometimes you gotta wonder. Let's make the best of it. It's actually you guys send out to war, and you get to the war. It's like, wow, this is a war that can't be won. There is. Is that? Let's have a common private sessions. We have a shop here. Alright, so enough of that. Priscilla's here. Fritzy's and just which is annoying. That's good. She's in her Cinderella sleep state. Yeah, the CIA energies that's here. There is a lot of draconian frequencies. It's not all of them. Obviously, there's a human element there, but yeah, just the whole CIA thing is all sprinkled throughout this whole everything we're going through politically. No doubt about it. Do they know what they're doing? I mean, of course not. But it doesn't mean that they're not. They say like the deep state is abolished. It's like, how is that? No, I doubt it. Not likely. I feel like if they're on the run or something, you're always going to hear that. But how is that? If that was the case, the economy would be a lot better, or things would just be a little bit better. So, not to say that we're losing or anything like that. Just, I don't know. Just, humanity still has to grow up. I don't know when that's going to happen. Just a couple of thousand years, maybe. Probably never at this point. Just got to do what you got to do, right? So anyway, so going to a deep state timeline. Yeah, we just tap into their realm a little bit and see what they got to say. Yeah, just see it from their point of view. Yeah, just hopefully it doesn't trigger too many people. Just go to a neutral side of it and let them explain themselves a little bit. It's a consciousness. Maybe psychotic. Then again, most of society is psychotic, so yeah. Society is probably worse. Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, it's funny how society here, at least in the U.S., complains about the government. It's like some people are probably worse than the government. The government is nothing compared to that. I mean, yeah, of course the government is corrupt just by just regular employees. Could be just a mailman that's corrupt there. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be like the higher up. It's so a small number compared to society. So look at Portland, taken over by drug heads. Like fucking, and Baltimore has kind of going down the drain to some level. So yeah, it's getting, yeah, just yeah. Anyway, and a lot of them have just given up. Yeah, I'm not putting that energy to give up. Even if you're dealing with half-assed reality, the universe is phoning it in. They don't know what they're doing. Spirit realm, like I said, it's the best we got. Just doing what we got. It's sad. It's good to voice your opinions about them. They hate that. Yeah, their report card's not doing so great. Yeah, I'm just going to all F's. What has that? It's like there's any accountability in spirit realm. Not really. No. Not as much as there should be. Like if they screw up, does anybody care? Just say sorry, I screwed up and just walk away. It's not. It shouldn't work that way. But I think it does to some level. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Yeah, I wonder why all this cult stuff gets to this world and all that. It's got issues, and it's just not here. It's the universe itself. It's got a lot of issues. Yeah, it's like worse than People magazine. Yeah, if you make a magazine of all their crap, yeah, who knows? Hopefully, we'll get some idea of that. It's not. Yeah, it's not just our world. It's our world. Yeah, our world's got issues, obviously. We're not alone though. So yeah, the aliens don't have it together either. I mean, some of them might have matured to a certain level. It doesn't mean they have all the answers, but at least they're not, in the self-destructive phase like our world is. Our world's pretty good at that. At least a good part of our society, not at least definitely in the U.S. Holy shit. Just yeah, I'm just like I said, gave up. So anyway, yeah, it's hard. It's yeah, you get sort of shut off from your guides, and of course, there. I mean, there can be workarounds, I guess. But anyway, You have to go through what you got to go through, though. Many, at least in the U.S., are definitely in self-sabotage. Not everybody, but a good portion of it is. You have to look far for that. Oh yeah, and the mental health energies. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I run into this every now and then. It's those that are homeless are just talking to themselves all the time. I've been running into that a lot recently. At least, yeah, past 6 months. Just having a conversation. It's either on the phone or they're actually talking to themselves. So yeah, that's been yeah. So yeah, it's really like they're homeless. You'll walk around having these conversations and nobody's there. So well, obviously somebody's there. So yeah. So anyway, we're going to deep state frequency, and then we're going to universe consciousness. I don't know, just yeah, they're you can go about also on a neutral level and see what they got. So okay, right, what's things here? Greens and yes, That's what you call it. Deep state. There's some draconian energy. There's a little bit of everything. There's falcon frequencies here. So the human element. That's well, the human deep state feels like humanity doesn't know what it's doing. So yes, you're being moved around like a house of cards, or yes, call it a house of cards. It's organized mess, but it's being rearranged for various different reasons. It doesn't always have to make sense. But it's partly of the deep state is to get you out of where you are. But of course, there's a lot of necessary evils that you can see. Not to say that it has the best intentions. There's two different sides to it, or several sides to it. There's a lot of compromises within it. So it's a group that you know gets a timeline for a while, and then it has to hand it off, or it gets taken over, or it gets conquered through the deep state, and another one comes in, a regime comes in. As you can see, when you have a timeline shift, a blue screen of death shift. It's like, by the way, someone else is now in charge just for a short time, and then someone else comes in. So it's just they call it a house of cards, but maybe it's just a fragile. Like there's always different sets of house of cards everywhere around the world, and they get moved around. Doesn't mean they fall apart, but they do get shuffled around. Like one card we moved out of one stack, put into a different one, rebuilt, and so on. So there's like miniature resets, you can say. Yeah, and it's kind of like playing God. Not yes and no. It's just a whole. It's a different society, and they have a different mindset. Some of them are psychotic, not all of them, but they know that they can't be seen here physically. I mean, they are here physically, but they know they cannot be seen. I mean, yes, they have been seen, but nobody knows who they are, and they keep it that way. They hide behind CEOs and things like that, even behind governments. Yeah, their own puppets. It's like a puppet within a puppet within a puppet, basically. It's difficult to run into these people. Yeah, it's just the whole idea is to not be seen. It's like a black ops type of situation. I think a black ops society. Think of it that way. And they're just going to keep themselves in complete cognito beyond the CIA. This is more. It's it pulls their strings without them even understanding it. Yeah, they can shut their power down. They shut them down technically. You know, for women. Oh yeah, just to show who's boss. Let's put it that way. Goes behind all governments. And there's different religions connected to it. It's just it's like an oath, you could say. So why they're doing this? Well, some of them feel like they're kind of like the parent of society, like they're helping humanity grow up, but then they have to do like terrible things to it, and it just there is some psychotic energy within it, as you can see. It's just part of the you have to have you have to kind of be not well mentally to be in a position like this. You have to be kind of out. It's not normal. Just willing to do anything and not care. And that how many have that? And yes, they do get karma to a certain level, but they do one bad thing and then one good thing. There's a lot. They try to get out of that karma. So it's like, okay, this is terrible. We'll do something humanitarian to make up for all the terrible. They truly do that. But it doesn't mean they help society. I mean, they do to a certain level. We have the Red Cross. There is some good there. It's not all bad. There is bad there. Yeah, it's pretty much another mafia, basically. But there is good there to some level, too. It's just they're not going to be seen. It's just not how it works. So, but they're allowing to be tapped to it, but there's not much you can do. They can't, find them or anything. Good luck with that. Is it Antarctica? It's everywhere. It's Vatican to some level. Like I said, they're not easy to be found. If they want to be found, you will know. But I wouldn't trust them like someone walk up to you and say, "What such and such." It doesn't work that way. You can feel their frequency. It's like, okay, this guy's not normal, or individuals, whatever. You feel like you can feel it energetically around. If you see them physically, something your red flags pop up. Yeah, your spider sense, whatever you want to call it. That tells you something. Yes, not anyone running into this is not very high. Like your average for it's like so unlikely. They're usually around more of your government, UN things of that sort. Government just in New York City, any government type building, they usually have some kind of presence there to some level. But like I said, they're not seen as anything or not understood or like I say, they try not to have their name out there. I always say have a name out there, but not their name. So as for the president, we're not going to go into that. We'll just leave you with that. Brings you the universe, consciousness. We're just here for a short time. This universe has been fractured due to wars with other universes, god realms, and it has a lot of arrogance built into it. But it is very unique. Of course, I have nothing to compare it to. It is obsessed with the physical realms. It likes a physical realm. It's just like we're gonna have a physical realm if you like it or not, because a lot of universes don't have that. They just don't bother with it. It's like we don't need physical experiences. We go to this other universe, whatever. It's like, well, that's how they can keep their sanity. It's kind of like we have our universe that's non-physical or decent, but we can go to someone else's or a physical universe has been created for our training, our growth, or whatever it is. And but sometimes, yeah, the universes come and go. Of course, you're here in this world, just you're doing this universe is fragments of other universes, not just this planet. So yeah, this universe grabbed other elements such as your world. It's like, hey, I like that planet, so bring it over here. And it didn't come easy either. And this world has had a lot of difficulties, had a lot of positivity in previous lifetimes, also had a lot of darkness, has a little bit of everything. And it can be repackaged, renewed. Of course, seeing here in the physical is a little bit difficult to notice that, but it can be redefined because it has a history connected to it. And that's the reason why it can handle what it can handle and why it's putting up with a lot of this. What it needs it for its own growth, not just Mother Earth, but the elements that are connected to it. So the universe is. So does this mean the universe is going to grow up one day and become? The universe here is very headstrong. As you can see, individuals here on your world, self sabotage has a lot of that. It just has a lot of ignorance connected to the universe where it's just not willing to heal. It likes the way things are. Like it likes it messy. So That's one of the reasons why it's here. It's just your world has more of it. It's just like, other worlds, like, we're not putting up with that. It's kind of like other planets are like luxury cars. They still have issues, but they're nice. Smell nice. This world is more like the jungle. And we're not using race and all that. It's just a jungle planet. It's just a world that's uh, kind of like a junkyard to some level. It has different elements. It has a little piece of everything of this universe. Sometimes it's very small. It doesn't have everything, but it has a uniqueness that other worlds cannot handle. You have all these different continents, all this water here. It's probably good to have all this water because you don't need this place full of people. I mean, just overly. It's kind of crowded now, but it can handle it. But it's still a lot, but it can be a lot more. And it feels like it can handle what it has currently, even if it has all its difficulties. Because this world does, you can say it allows all this to occur. It just needs it, but yeah, it can also make it worse. It's like, is this planet here to heal it or to make it worse? Well, part of it is there to make it worse, as you can see here. Instead of helping people evolve, it actually has like the opposite of that. There's a lot of weakness within it. The planet it has a lot to do with the planet's aura, its structure. It's been wounded. It's like a wounded soldier, and it's always sick. You can say it's a certain, well, not entirely, but that's why it goes in its darkness so easily. And many just choose. Some are just crazy here, individuals, as you can see. It's like, I need to experience my crazy. Go right ahead. But not to say it has to be crazy to go forward with all this, sort of. But you can have it together without going crazy. But yeah, this world is definitely built up with madness in mind. And yeah, it gets more bizarre as you go forward. So it's basically you're just kind of building up momentum to know what's really here, you could say, some of you, to share it, to heal it, where you have to see the masters here to some level that are pulling the strings. It doesn't have to be human. What needs to be revealed, whatever it is that you feel like, whatever you feel like you need to see in your reality, will find itself to you eventually. You don't have to think too deeply into that.